Okay, so I'm looking at the list of users, and if I go to edit roles, I see, well, this isn't wrapped into a nice card like the other views. So we're going to wrap the edit and actually also the show of the user into a couple of cards. So let's go to edit roles, and the same as we did with device, let's open our device. We wrapped it all into cards. So let's wrap our user view into cards also. Let's go to users, edit, and we are going to wrap it all into cards. How did we do it with the device? Here we had a card header, a card body, here's the card body, and a card footer. So we're going to put this editing roles into the card header. Then we're going to put the form into the body, like this. And I'll just update the indentation. And we're going to put this link to cancel into the card footer. Okay, now let's refresh, and looks nicer. Now we are going to cancel, and now we see we're looking at the user page. We are going to also wrap it into a card. So let's open the user show. Now reload. Okay, and we are going to wrap this into a card. So we're going to have we're actually not going to have a card header. We're just going to have card. Then we need to close the div. Then we're going to have class card body for the partial card body. Now we close this div. And we're going to have card footer for the link to all the users. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, looks nicer, but the card footer doesn't seem to be working. Let's see why. Okay, I put it card body, card footer. Yeah, looks nice. And actually, previously we used this user partial for both the index and the show views, but now we are not using the user partial for the index. We are using a table instead. So we can totally remove the code from the user partial and move it to the user show. But here is a problem. Here we said that user equals @user. So in the show view, we are looking for the @user, but in the partial we have just user. So if we, let's say, copy this code and paste it here instead of the partial, now I'll update the indentation. So I paste this code instead of the partial, then it's not working because we have an undefined variable user. We have the variable @user. So we are going to have to update user to @user everywhere. Just like this. So @user. Image tag @user.image, then user active roles, edit user path @user, delete @user, and I guess that's it. Let's refresh and see if it's working. Okay, ban status must also have @user, and it's working. So I can ban or unban the user. Looks nice. So we've added card partials for our edit view for user and for our user show. Now let's go to our homepage. Our homepage doesn't look really nice either. So here we have just some sample data, and well, it is free for you to edit the homepage and make it look like you want it for your real-world application. You'd be going to static pages. Here we have the landing page and privacy policy. So I invite you to edit the homepage and turn it into the homepage of the project of your dreams. And actually, one more thing, if I sign out, you see I signed out, and I have a link to users. And you see I have to log in to see this link to users. So I'm going to make this link invalid, invisible if we are not logged in. So I'm going to go to our views, layouts, header, and let's find this link to user's path, and we are going to make it available only if there is a current user, just as we did here. So if current user, then we are going to have the link to user's path like this, and we refresh, and looks good.